It's the most popular vehicle we do a video on every single year, and you're about to see why. It's the 2025 Honda CR-V EXL, top of the line gas-powered CR-V, and that means I'm gonna need an expert. That's why I grabbed Justin here.
What's up, Brian? How are you?
You're doing really well. Justin's a salesman
guys.
here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, and we're gonna do this test drive together.
Let's check it out.
If you're interested in this CR-V or ones just like it, check us out at smailhonda.com. Justin, I want to take a look at this exterior color because this is not the lunar silver I'm accustomed to, right?
No, it's not. It's a new color with Honda this year. They call it Solar Silver Metallic.
Wow, and this is a color that the Swifties will love, right? Because it's this sparkly, like when you get in there close, it's just really bright and vibrant, especially whenever the sunlight hits it.
Yeah, there's a lot of metallic flake in the car.
Looking at the front of the vehicle, you have that blacked out grille, that giant Honda logo there in the center, and LED headlights?
Sure do, all around. So you got the LED headlights, full LED lights. You have the LED trail lights as well. Bumper sensors for the EXL model. Again, this is a top of the line gas powered. So you're gonna have all the newest technology. Yep, you're gonna have all the tech features and everything.
Coming around the side, I noticed those silver tires on the side there, Justin. What size do we have?
Those are the 18-inch aluminum alloys that you have. And the vehicle is a real-time all-wheel drive system, which means that on a dry day like today, it's mainly going to drive itself with more power to the front wheels than the rear, and it will distribute the power whenever the wheels slip. However, in last year's model, I don't know if you remember, Brian, they had that switch. That's the same switch this year, where you can actually switch it into the snow mode, which will more evenly distribute the all-wheel drive system.
Check that out here in a second.
Absolutely.
Coming around the back side of the vehicle, you notice those LED tail lights here sticking out, the CR-V logo there on the left-hand side. And all-wheel drive there in the window.
Yep, and you have the bumper sensors you'll notice on the back.
So Justice, this is a power tailgate?
Absolutely, Brian. All you have to do, having a key fob on you, just press the unlock button below the Honda symbol. There's also a lock button too. That's
I see
kind of
that
right there. Yep.
Yeah.
So this vehicle is equipped with what's called smart entry. So as long as you have the key fob on you, you're going to be able to open the vehicle, unlock it, lock it, open the tailgate and close it as well.
And there's a lot of space in here.
There
This
sure
is
is.
Definitely, this actually drops lower than what this is, so that's really neat.
You have the lower level, I like to mention, so your groceries don't go sliding around.
Right, yeah.
And then if you need to, you can actually put the platform on the upper level to have more of a flat surface there.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I forgot that it has that.
Yep. You have carpeted mats, of course, and then you have your spare tires actually underneath there. So in the gas-powered CR-Vs, you will have a spare tire.
You also have a 12-volt charger back here. And if you need more space, all you have to do is go up to that second row, just like Justin did there, put down those seats. Looks like they're 60-40 split seats,
Yes,
Justin?
sir.
And that goes all the way up to the front seats. You have a lot of space in here.
There is.
My mother actually drives a CR-V. We've been able to fit it like in a reclining chair in there. It's
Absolutely.
nuts.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can actually fit inside of the Hondas. So you're packing up for vacation, you guys are going to be able to fit everything in here.
So that's a lot of room in the trunk. Let's jump inside and we'll check out how much room's in the back seat. Opening up the door. Wow, that's a really wide opening door there, Justin.
Yeah, it almost opens up 90 degrees. I like to point out it just makes it easy to put stuff in the back seat if you have the seats down, putting anything back there.
And we have actually black leather perforated seats in here, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and looks like it has a gray stitching to them. Has a really nice feel, very comfortable back seats.
You have a center console right there. Go ahead and pull that down. You have cup holders. You can use that as an armrest.
Yeah. Two cup holders right there in the armrest.
Yep.
Up here we have some ventilation and USB-Cs down there for charging.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they're the fast charging USB-Cs too.
And let's not forget the back of this seat has some storage as well.
And we have cup holder storage in the doors too.
Great. A lot of stuff here in the back seat. Let's jump up front and then we'll get this test drive going. Sitting in the front row seats of the 25 CR-V for the first time here, Justin. A lot of different textures up front, some soft touch materials, a lot of different textures throughout. Let's go ahead and put my foot on the brake and start things up so that we get the AC going. And looks like we have some dials here on the dashboard that lit up.
You can scroll up and down pretty much anything. You can change the radio stations from there, so you can switch from FM to satellite radio to even Apple CarPlay in your case, because you have the Apple CarPlay integration set up already.
We have wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto on this car. It's just a really great feature to have. Increases the versatility of your vehicle. You're able to get directions places. You're able to make phone calls, send text messages, listen to your music. Give yourself reminders, right?
Sure, all from the voice command button on the steering wheel. All you would do is hold it down for about a few seconds to bring up Siri in Apple's case, or Google for Android Auto, and just do what you said. Command a phone call, text message with punctuation, or use any of your navigation apps. Will show up on the touchscreen for you.
Yeah, really cool. I love having that in a vehicle, especially since my car doesn't have it. It's great to have.
A lot of cars don't have the standard navigation anymore because a lot of people are using this integration. So.
Yeah, and that's big. And that comes with all Honda CR-Vs, right?
Every single one.
Wow.
Every one of them.
See, that's amazing.
Even the entry level. Yep.
See, that's great.
Yep.
On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you obviously have your ability to control your audio settings there. You have that home button to do all that stuff up there. And on the right side, you have your safety features, your adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, that type of thing, right?
Yep.
We'll go over that on the test drive.
Sure. Just to point out, the Honda sensing technology that you have with the vehicle are going to be forward collision brake mitigation, your blind spot indicator. You're going to have a road departure mitigation. This vehicle actually has the ability to brake backwards too. So you have that, the rear braking control. Yes, absolutely. And then, of course, you have the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist, which those two systems can actually be turned off and on just from the steering wheel. You can turn off and on the other features. They're actually through the home button. You can actually scroll down to safety support, and you can turn stuff off and on in that.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yep, exactly. And then you just scroll up and down, and it will bring up the menu for those. Yep.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's
absolutely
super easy.
You have your bumper sensors on there. You can turn them off and on there. But go up 2 clicks if you don't mind, and that's that low speed braking control going backwards, so the vehicle will brake itself backwards as well as forward.
Wow, that's amazing. So just in case you were to get close to an object when you're in reverse,
you're not paying attention, you're backing up too quick, it senses, it actually is calculating distance and speed. If it senses that you're going to have an impact, it's going to apply the brakes going backwards.
Right. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's go to the infotainment screen here. We talked about that Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but you do have a lot of other different things up here. You can go to your all apps, and you have your, obviously, your Sirius XM radio.
You can choose. This all apps just allows you to choose whatever you see on that main screen. So some of the stuff, for instance, let's just say you don't care to see your trip computer up there, you just view it down here on the menu beyond the steering wheel. You can take that out of there. You can choose to have it on or off.
So if I select through here, here's where I have all my different settings that I get.
Vehicle settings is huge. That's mainly what people are going to go into to set up their car, how they want it to operate, locking and unlocking, setting up the sensitivity levels for the Honda sensing technology, so you can widen these sensitivity levels. So I'll just touch on that real quick. A lot of people are like, I may not want to use those features. Well, you can widen them to allow it to drift further before it assists you, so that you have it in the event that, God forbid, you're falling asleep or just not paying attention. So
now, looking below that, we have our AC controls, and it looks like we got heated seats for the driver and passenger up here in the EXL, right?
Absolutely.
Really cool. Below that, if you look down here, we have our USB-A, USB-C 12-volt charger in there. And how about this, wireless charging in here?
Yep, wireless phone charger.
With your wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Great to see. Down here, we have our shifter. This is our standard shifter here. We obviously have park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport, and low gear there.
Yes, sir.
We also, on the left-hand side of that, have drive modes. So can we kind of go over that?
Sure. Yep. So we're in the normal drive mode, and earlier, whenever I was explaining the all-wheel drive distribution, normal is just your everyday driving. It is an all-wheel drive. You can't take it out of all-wheel drive. But let's say you're out on the highway at a longer trip, you're going to switch down to Econ, and you're going to see a little green leaf right there on the dash. That just lets you know that you're maximizing the best fuel efficiency. And then there's your snow mode, which will more evenly distribute your all-wheel drive system.
Which begs the question, how many miles per gallon does this vehicle get?
It's combined 29 miles per gallon between city and highway driving.
That's good for a gas-powered vehicle.
Absolutely. We have customers that are getting well into the 30s on their long trips. Don't be surprised if you get 30, 38, close to 39. I have a few of my customers kind of bragging about the gas mileage that they're getting.
So down here we have the idle engine off button. Of course, that's something I've told you before, I like to have off. Because, whenever you come to a stop, your engine will shut off to conserve fuel efficiency.
That's right.
And then it'll start back up again.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's not a feeling that I like.
Yep. And if you don't, you can turn that off. You can disengage it. There is a specific amount of power stored to restart the engine. So you're not hurting the vehicle. If you have that on there, it is designed to save on fuel. But however, if you don't like that, the way it feels, you just turn it off.
So to the right of that, we actually have a little button, your
Yep.
hill descent control.
That's correct, yeah.
So that's to help slow you whenever you're going down hills?
Let's say you're heading downhill, a really steep hill, and you want to set your throttle between 2 and 12 miles an hour. It'll hold the throttle for you so you can just steer, crawl down the hill if you want to.
We have the parking brake, right? Pull up to put it on, and you push down to release it.
I'll tell you this though, Brian, if you're in drive and you have your seatbelt buckled and you forgot to release that, when you hit the accelerator and go, it'll release it automatically for you.
Oh, cool. We also have brake hold, which,
Yes.
you know, let's demonstrate this real quick, right?
Sure. Yep.
We have our seatbelts on, I'm in drive, and I have brake hold on. When I release my foot from the brake, we're not going anywhere, right?
Exactly, right. And then all you have to do is just hit the accelerator, it'll release brake hold, it'll keep it in the standby mode, and when you come to a complete stop again, it'll lock up, it'll say hold on the dash so you know you can release your foot, and you can have it the whole time that you're traveling.
So we have 2 cup holders up here and a little cubby for storing things. In the armrest, we have significant amount of room there. That goes down to past my forearm there.
That change tray can either be put up front or in the back.
Oh, that's nice to have.
So it's just a one touch all the way back, power sunroof, all you do. Pull that back. If the sunshade is forward, it'll actually draw that back on its own. One touch all the way forward, so you have the automatic sunroof. You could stop it anywhere along the way if you'd like. You just push the middle part to ventilate it, and then all the way forward will ensure a tight seal, and then of course the sunshade pulls forward and back if you'd like.
That's a lot of features on this vehicle. Let's go ahead and get out on the road and test some of these out.
Sounds good.
We're gonna get this thing out onto the highway. All right, just like that, we're up to speed.
Pretty good acceleration.
Yeah, no, that was a really smooth shift up to power.
Yep.
It wasn't like, you know, like a throw you or you know, clunk around type of shifting.
Yep.
It was a very smooth transition.
And that's a CVT transmission too. That's your continuous variable transmission. So this vehicle is equipped with a 1.5 liter turbo engine, has 190 horsepower. And that continuous variable transmission, what it's doing is actually constantly adjusting the gear ratio depending on how you're driving the vehicle, whether you're going up a hill, accelerating, going downhill, or straightaway. So it drives itself the most fuel efficient way possible all the time.
Something else I'm noticing whenever I look up here on the dashboard, we have the speed limit up there.
Yes.
It says speed limit 50. That is correct. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah, the camera in the top of the windshield that's pointing out in front of the vehicle to map out the lines in the road for road departure mitigation and lane keep assist and your adaptive cruise and all that Honda sensing technology actually catches the speed limit signs as well and puts them up on a dash. You can actually program it in the system to warn you and blink that sign when you've exceeded 3, 5, or 10 miles an hour over the speed limit.
That's really nice to have, especially if you have maybe a kid that's driving.
Sure.
And hey, pay attention.
Yep. Well, that's funny that you mentioned that too, because with the Honda sensing technology, you can go through the settings and actually change when the vehicle will warn you to brake. So for that forward collision brake mitigation, if you have young kids in the family that are learning to drive, you can lengthen that sensitivity level to have the vehicle warn you to brake sooner. So this would be more safe.
And talk about safety features. We have the lane keep assist on the steering wheel here. I activated that.
Yep.
And now on the dashboard, I'm actually noticing 2 green lines.
Yep.
And what this is doing is this is going to keep us within the lines of the road, right?
Exactly. So when you see those green lines on, you know that it's caught the lines on the road. It's going to keep you centered in the actual lane that you're driving. And the lane keep assist indicator is also green, so that's how you know it's operating.
And it's really nice. What's great about this is that I don't even feel it. It's just a slight nudge.
It's real subtle movements in the steering. So Honda Sensing is not going to steer the vehicle for you. You still need to steer it, but you're able to maneuver the vehicle. But when you're not paying attention and your eyes are, daydreaming, so to speak, and you're drifting, it'll keep you centered in the actual lane that you're driving. So really cool stuff.
I did go ahead and set my adaptive cruise control up here on the steering wheel. Whenever I hit set, I know that it registered a car in front of us because there's a little car icon that appeared.
Yep. And that car icon is shaded in, by the way, so that lets you know that the camera has caught view of that vehicle in front of you. So right now, this is the distance interval. Yeah. So you're actually at the furthest distance, which again is a good point for safe driving. If you want to get your kids to learn how to, stay safely behind a vehicle, this will help out. But you can bridge that gap between you and the car in front of you and bring you closer, and it just keeps you at a steady distance. and it will keep you with speed with the car in front of you, obviously, or up to the cruise speed that you had set. And it will actually brake you all the way down to 0 miles an hour, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
So what do we have for warranty for the Honda CR-V?
So for the warranty, you have a 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. That's on all the electronics, all the bells and whistles in the vehicle, the computer systems that drive the vehicle. You have a 5-year, 60,000 mile on your powertrain, which is your engine, drivetrain, transmission, and your all-wheel drive system. And with Honda, they're actually offering 1 year of free maintenance. So for your first 12 months, 12,000 miles, whichever comes first, your regular scheduled oil change, filter change, tire rotation, and your multi-point vehicle inspection will be taken care of at any Honda dealership. And at Smail Honda, we have lifetime free inspections.
Checking out the backup camera, I'm just going to go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse. We have that nice big backup camera. We have the lines that change as we turn the wheel, right?
Yep. So we're on the widest angle view, which is really great whenever vehicles are traveling behind us. That's what this is. That's called cross monitor detection. It's using your blind spot info system, and if any vehicles are traveling, it will beep. Now what we're getting here is actually the backup sensors. So, and that view will bring up, it squishes the camera view, but then brings up this little aerial view of the CR-V. And as you get closer, those beeps will get closer together.
Yeah. It's showing me exactly where that pole is behind us there.
Yep. So you have more of a concentrated view whenever you're going to make the park. I like to use the grid with the lines on the ground to kind of make that perfect park. And then you have the straight down view. You can back right up against the curb without hitting it, or back up right against that line. I always like to stop in between the solid and the dotted line. That's a good judge of where you would want to stop so the back tailgate will open up without hitting anything.
All right, so you can see right there, we're at this busy intersection. We just had a Jeep pass us on our right side.
Yep.
And this actually alerted us with the cross-traffic monitoring.
It did.
Alerting us which side the vehicle was coming from, right?
Exactly, yeah. It'll blink a little arrow on either side and let you know which side that they're coming from. Looks like we may have another car coming down here in a second.
Okay, so there again, coming from the left side, vehicle coming from the right side, just alerting us, hey, pay attention, you're in reverse.
Absolutely.
There's a car moving behind you.
And again, that's using your blind spot indicator and letting you know when vehicles are traveling behind you. So you have the indicator, the car indicator on the outside of each mirror, on the right and the left-hand side. If somebody is positioned in your blind spot and you don't see them, it's gonna blink that indicator for you so you can see, and there it is right there. So it's lit orange. However, if you don't see it and you have your turn signal on like you just did, it'll beep inside of the cabin as well.
And it's flashing at me
It
and
is.
alerting me, hey,
don't
pay
go.
attention, right?
Yep.
If you want to go up from this, you go into the hybrid models, right?
Yes. So the hybrid models actually stagger between the trim level of the gas-powered CR-V.
Okay.
So it starts off the LX model, which is the entry-level gas-powered. They don't offer it in a hybrid. Then it goes to the EX gas-powered, and then the Sport hybrid, which is identical to the features as the EX gas-powered, only it's a hybrid version.
Right.
And then you have the EXL gas-powered, which we're in right now, onto the Sport L hybrid, which is the hybrid version of the EXL gas-powered. And then the top-of-the-line Sport Touring is only offered in the hybrid. Hey, Brian, I wanted to point out that the auto settings for the lights, you can keep that in auto the whole time you own the vehicle. You never have to take that off. It'll turn your lights on at night, turn them off during the daytime. Let's say there's a freak rainstorm that happens during the day and you have your windshield wipers on, it put your headlamps on automatically in the auto setting because that's a PA state law. And then one more thing, you have automatic high beams at night too.
Oh, great. So it'll actually detect if a car's coming, it'll shut off the high beams and it'll
absolutely, and put them back on for you. Yep.
See, that's really neat. Those are features just taking some of the little annoyances of driving off your plate.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely, you're right.
So it goes to show you why the Honda CR-V is so popular with all these safety features, all these technology features, as well as, your all-wheel drive system and space in here. It just makes the Honda CR-V, one of the most popular vehicles out on the road. Justin, if they have questions for you, or maybe want to take this car on a test drive, how can they contact you?
All you have to do is just come down here and down to the dealership in Greensburg and just ask for me, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smailhonda.com and leave a comment in the comment section below too.
Yeah, we always appreciate it whenever you guys do that. That's going to do it for us today. So until next time, enjoy the ride.
Thanks.